There's 2 exercises for each of the 7 fundamental movement patterns, making this a 14-minute long workout. At the minimum, practice each movement improvement exercise for at least 1 minute. Move from your hips, squat all the way down to your bottom position, and that is most of this exercise. Is you have to spend time in that bottom position. Raise your hand, stand up. I'm going a little quick here just for demo, but really, you should spend more time in that bottom position. Second exercise here, 90-90 hip stretch. I can't emphasize enough is to move at your hip. Your hip joint should be where the stretch is. Try not to use your low back to stretch. Think about just moving at the hip. So be a little bit braced in your core while you move from the hip and then rotate 90-90 back and forth. Second pattern here, the lunge. This exercise, the half kneeling flow, is really a flow. You have to listen to your body. So I'm in this half kneeling position. I got a knee pad. I grab a PVC pipe and I just am going back and forth, hamstring stretch to hip flexor stretch on the opposite side. Try and have your knee go way over your toe. It's okay to have your heel come up off the ground, but notice how my knee is going in all different positions here. I'm going to the outside. I might go to the inside. That is to help out the ankle joint. Most of the time, I'm going to be trying to get as full range of motion as I possibly can and just breathing through that stretch. Second exercise of the lunge pattern, the single leg hip lift. Find a position with whatever elevation. I have an angle board here, and I found the position that works best for me, but I'm driving mostly through my heel and trying to get my hip up as high as I possibly can. Quick on the way up, slow on the way down will build a little bit of stability. Third pattern, the hinge pattern. This exercise is called the elephant walk. Most people are going to have to grab something about a foot off the ground and work their way lower. But the idea here is to straighten out one leg to a complete lockout. So it's going to feel like a hamstring stretch. And mostly, if you feel this in your low back, that's okay. If you feel this in your hamstrings, that's okay. If you feel that in your calves, that's okay. The idea is to work at an ability level that's best for you. These angle boards really help out a lot. So if you can create that or get on one, it does a lot of good. Right here we have the waiter's bow, but what I'm really trying to do here is perfect the hinge pattern movement. So you'll see my knees that are butted up to a bench here. That's blocking me from my knees going forward and this turning into a squat. I want this to be a true hinge. The hinge pattern is a very difficult exercise to master, and blocking your knees is a really good idea. Here's a single leg version of the same thing. Just bend one knee, have your knee about, it works to be best when it's about knee height. This actually works really well for me, but notice my back, nice and straight, moving at the hip as best I can. I take away one leg, so I really have to concentrate at hinging and not using my low back. That's the key. Fourth pattern, the push pattern. This exercise, the shoulder windmill flow, really is all about just getting the rotation at the shoulder joint. I want that glenohumeral joint, the shoulder joint, to have as much internal right here as you see, and external as I flip over my hand, going through that windmill pattern back and forth. This is probably gonna take a minute per side, so be very slow and controlled and go slow through your sticky points. Here's basically a half kneeling version of the same thing. Find a wall. You want to stop at your positions that are restrictive for you. You notice how I'm a little bit slower when I'm going through my tough ranges of motion, and I'll slow down through that. You gotta listen to both sides. You might have one shoulder that is very tight and needs a little bit more work. So like I said, this workout can be longer than 14 minutes, but if you want to set an interval timer, just 1 minute each arm, each side. And here we go with the fifth pattern, which is our pull pattern. First exercise, the office routine. There's more exercises than just this hands together, trying to get your shoulder blades squeezing together. I'm trying to activate everything on the posterior chain. I'm really trying to get not only into extension, but get my shoulder blades to pull together, stretching out my chest. I want to be nice and tall with my posture, and you just got to work with this one. But this one, for anyone that sits, great exercise. Second exercise, the I's, Y's, T's, V's, and W's. So I'll move with the letter I here, the letter Y, the letter T, and then I'm going to do a V, upside down V, rotate into the W, and press away. This is, you could do this standing as well, but this at an angle like I'm at on the bench here is a perfect, like I would say, warm up to any exercise routine that involves your upper body. It's great for your shoulder joints. It's great for your posture. I use this with almost every ability level client, athletes, old and young. It is a great exercise to do in and out of the gym. All right, moving on to the sixth pattern, rotation. So this exercise is called the 3D stretch. And there's really no way to explain it other than you're moving in 3 different positions. So I'm in that 90-90 that we did earlier, but I'm grabbing the hand that's down on the floor with my other hand, and then I'm falling into the shoulder. You have to do this exercise to know what I'm talking about, but you get a great hip stretch, you get a good rotational stretch of the upper body, and you get a great chest stretch if you follow through like I just did there with another shoulder and chest stretch. It just kind of resets it and gives it some sets and reps, which I think you'll appreciate. And again, you'll find that you'll have a right side and left side maybe a little bit different. So make sure you spend a little bit more time on the tighter side. Number 12, the pretzel stretch. This one's tough to get into, but once you do, you'll appreciate this exercise. Where I'm at right here, you could just hang out and stay. If you can grab your ankle and grab your knee and just be right here, the most of this stretch is going to be in the down leg. So if you see here, my right leg is getting most of the stretch. That's a great hip flexor stretch. I'm kind of adding in some T-spine mobility, some neck range of motion. This will save you a trip to the chiropractor. It is such a great stretch to do to get rid of some type of like nagging low back pain. And if you got tight hip flexors, this is a perfect exercise for you to do to really put in some type of combination with your upper body. So I'll do this as a beginning warm-up style workout. All right, moving on, locomotion pattern. So this bird dog right here is just as much as a flexibility exercise as it is a stability exercise. As you can see, I'm up on a yoga block, which makes it a lot easier to move my leg up and down, but I can also use it if I have, tight wrists or anything like that. This is the easier version, having my hand up on the block. Great exercise. Keep your core braced as much as you can. I know I'm moving a little bit at my core, but I'm not trying to. I'm trying to keep my core braced. Here's the opposite version of it. It's called the dead bug. Great core exercise. I got one hand on my knee, creating tension there, and I'm working on both flexibility and core stability. This will improve your overall gait, your walking, your running, your jogging, because it's working the center of the body with both mobility and flexibility, and it's a great core exercise. Nice job, everybody. We'll see you soon. Win the day.